Um, yung lesson natin ay parang uulit tayo sa DE yata. Okay, so ang bala kong gawin ay as in review lang ito na mabilis. And then we'll go to the application of this, yung Laplace transform sa circuit analysis. Masama yung iba? May pasok ba kayo before this class? O wala pa rin bang kuryente and internet? Ay, naku. Okay, so for today, we'll have a review of what you had in DE. Balita ko kasi nag-Laplace transform na kayo sa DE. That's why I asked Sir Richard regarding your lesson in DE. Ayan. Actually, ako rin. Okay, sige. Sige, Angela. Okay. So let's have a review of the Laplace transform in solving circuit problems using. So we will solve Laplace network problems using Laplace transform. So class, for this review, we won't be deriving anymore the transform functions, yung transforms of basic functions. Nag-derive ba kayo sa DE ng mga transformation ng basic functions? Kasi dito ay nakabigay na sila. Ayan. So meron tayong basic for functions, yung transformation nila. So in Laplace transform, we transform natin sila sa one domain to another domain. Yung time domain, tsaka yung frequency domain. Ayan. So meron tayo, actually 7 lang yan. Nagdoble lang yung Laplace transform ng cosine doon sa pang 8. So yung first one is the Laplace transform of a constant. Ayan. So the Laplace transform of a constant is equal to 1 over s or k over s for any constant. So let's say the Laplace transform of 5, so that's equal to 5 over s. Ayan. For the Laplace transform of t raised to n, so that's equal to the n factorial of all over s raised to n plus 1. For e raised to at, the exponential, so that's equal to 1 over s minus a. For the first trigo function, given that the Laplace transform of sine of kt, so that's equal to k over s squared plus k squared. For cosine, papalitan nyo lang yung k ng s, so that will be s over s squared plus k squared. And then for hyperbolic sine, okay, instead of positive, so magiging siyang negative. So that's the difference of the basic trigo functions and the hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic functions. Instead of positive, magiging siyang negative. And then for cosine, it's the same as normal cosine. So hyperbolic cosine is s over s squared minus k squared. And then yung naulit lang yung cosine kt. Ayan. Tatanong, may question ba kayo? We won't be deriving them because this is just a part of the review. Okay. Ngayon, paano naman yung transforms of derivatives? Okay, so for the first derivative, we want to transform the derivative of the function, first derivative. So that's equal to s, f of s minus f of 0. And so those are the parang functions nila. So yung second derivative naman, lagi lang naman siyang yung pinakauna. Titingnan ninyo, yung second and third, paano ko ba yan? Yung may s. So pababa ng pababa yung s. Tapos yung derivative naman ay pataas, pa-increment. Kung titingnan ninyo yung second derivative, pag second derivative siya, it will start with s squared and then the function, yung s, minus s. So yung s squared magiging s. Tapos magiging na lang siyang f of 0. minus yung derivative ng, yan, derivative ng function with, wherein yung constant niya is s, 0, 0. And then pag third derivative naman, so we'll start with cube, and then yung second, the term will be s squared, and then yung third term will be just s, and then yung final wala. Kasi para itong s raised to 0, which is equal to 1. And then naman yung mga f of s naman, so we'll start with the basic tapos, magiging 0, and then yung derivative ng dalawa. Patas naman, patas yung derivative. So yung transform of the derivative. So ang gagawin lang natin ay yung mga yun sa table. So kung nakita nyo yan, we can apply them directly, and then yun sa derivatives. Okay, what if given naman is yung sa in terms of s. So if f of s is the Laplace transform of f of t, then f of t is called the inverse Laplace transform of f of s. And it is denoted by, ayan. So it's similar to derivative diffcal and integral. Meron din silang kabaliktaran. Ayan, yung symbol ng inverse Laplace is yung parang L raised to negative 1, and then yung function, yung f of s, which is equal to f of t. Parang given lang nito ay ito ang given, yung sa right side, and then yung sagot is yung nasa left side. So baliktad lang. So tinawag na inverse Laplace. Okay, yung inversion by partial fractions. Yung Heaviside cover-up method. So this one is was introduced by Oliver Heaviside as a fast way to do a decomposition into partial fractions. Kasi mostly magpa-partial fraction tayo para mas simplify sila in these terms. Yeah, in these terms. The cover-up method can be used to make a partial fraction decomposition of a rational function whenever the denominator can be factored into distinct linear roots. Okay, it will be, kasi ito yung mga parang mga basic lang, and then pag nag-partial fraction tayo, lalabas yung mga ganito. Unless kaya natin silang i-transform directly. Pag hindi, we will perform partial fraction. So the first case are the roots of the denominator are real and distinct. Parang tayong nasa hindi talaga. And then for roots of the denominator are real and repeatable. Ayan yung mga transformation nila. So ito yung f of t, and ito yung counterpart na f of s. So if we found na mga ganito, kasi nakatransform na sila with the at, and then ito, and what if meron silang combination ng exponential and yung t lang. Okay, and if roots of the denominator are complex, so meron tayong the omega. So if you can recall, these are similar to dun sa DE na homogeneous, higher order. This is case 3 for higher order. So 2 is repeated, and then yung case 1 are distinct. Ayan. If it's face-to-face, you need to memorize all of them. If not, you have the table. No need to derive them. Just apply the table, and then you can get the transforms. Okay? May question ba kayo? Ayan. So yung unang mga sample nating ng problem natin ay puro sila review lang. Review lang ng mga nasa itaas. Andre, kailan po face-to-face? As far as I know, from what I've heard, until second sem will be online for lectures at least. So that's definite. Let me post that first. From what I've heard, yung face-to-face na hindi, para sa mga lecture subjects is still online for next sem. Yung mga laboratory, depende. Depende sa laboratory. Sana nga, Clarence. Truth. I wish. How I wish. Hopefully, the vaccine will reach us by December. And then, sana matapos na lahat ng effect ng pandemic na to. Oo. Yeah. According to mga balita, by December it's okay. Kaya lang syempre parang tinitest pa siya. Pero the last time I heard, I don't think it will be something sa Philippines. Kasi parang dahil dun sa climate natin, parang mahirap yata siyang i-store at saka i-travel yung gamot. So parang meron kang kailangan na i-maintain na temperature na mababa para doon sa gamot mismo. Imagine niyo kung ita-travel siya mula kung madami yun ha. So kailangan mo ng yung parang mga lalagyan na malalamig. Refrigerator. Yeah. And alam niyo yung influence ng Amerika sa buong mundo ay malaki. If pina-follow niyo yung politics sa US. I think yung Pfizer yata dinidevelop na nila. Magkano kaya yun? Okay. But syempre, yung mga una daw yung mga frontliner. Like the doctors and then the nurses. Yes. Yes, Clarence. Yes, you have a question? So we'll start with our first example. Number 1, letter A. Paano mo po mako-connect yung subject natin ngayon? Assignment mo yan. Ewan ko. I don't know. Ang subject ba natin? Laplace. Ang pinag-aaralan natin ay mga transfer functions. Mali mo. Discover mo. Siguro iwanan natin sa expert yan. Okay. As of now, your duty is to study. To learn Laplace transform. Sorry. Nawala na akong internet. Ay, biglang nawalan ng internet ang Converge. Ay, naku. Nag-mobile data na lang ako para tapos na. Simula nung last week, lagi akong nadi-disconnect. Hindi naman dating ganyan. Parang hindi na naka-recover yata yung Converge. Wala na namang net. Okay. So let's continue. Sorry about the interruption. Ayan. Okay. So your number is the letter A. Yung sa letter A natin, so that's equal to, yung f of t is equal to e raised to 4t hyperbolic cosine of 3t. Ayan. So, kung titingnan natin ano bang case yan. So, yung case na yan ay case number 3. Ayan, nasa taas na ninyo na. Ayan. So, nandun siya sa yung pang-apat. So, if you can see this one, yung e raised to a t cos hyperbolic cosine of wt. Ayan. So, ang focus muna natin is yung cosine hyperbolic. So, ano ba yung transform function ng hyperbolic cosine? So, yung f of s niyan ay Okay, s over s squared minus k squared. Ayan. Kaya lang, since meron tayo nito, yung s natin magiging s minus 4. So therefore, yung transfer function niya will be equal to s minus 4 over s minus 4 squared minus, anong k natin? 3. It's 9 squared. 9 squared. Ayan. Okay, so pwede na itong sagot. Okay, because of this, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng transformation from S to S minus 4. Okay, so let's have letter B. So yung f of t natin is equal to 3 plus e raised to negative 4t minus 6 sine of 2t. Okay, so meron ba tayong mga combination? Wala naman. So therefore, we can directly get the transfer function. So what is the transfer function of a constant? Okay, so that is K over S. So that is 3 over S plus, how about exponential? So yung exponential natin is 1 over S minus negative 4. Ayan. Minus 6. How about yung sign? Sign is K over, so K over S squared plus K squared. So, anong K natin? K is 2. So, 2 over S squared plus 2 squared. So, if you will simplify, so that's 3 over S plus 1 over S plus 4 minus 12 over S squared plus 2 squared. Or sometimes they have this as 4. Okay. Minsan it's 4. Okay. Do you have may copy ba kayo nung formula? May copy naman kayo, no? Ayan. So next one. So yung f of t natin, so that's equal to t squared e raised to negative t plus e raised to t sine of 2t. Okay. Okay. So if you will transform yung first one, so let me go back to the lecture para may given naman kasi siya agad. Ayan. So pwede namang siya kasing hindi. Mas pinipili kasi minsan pwedeng baliktad. So mas pinili siya na ibagbaliktad siya. So instead of t squared e raised to negative t, so naging siyang e raised to negative t times t raised to 2. So yung transformation nito is like this. Ayan. So paano natin yung kokopyahin? So that will be yung this one will become e raised to negative t times t raised to 2. Ayan. So, yung pangalawa naman is, ayun, nasa case 3. So, same lang din naman siya. E raised to t sine of 2t. So, paano natin ito ita-transform as of our f of s? Okay, so gagayahin lang natin muna yung sa t. Okay, so paano ba yung sa t? Di ba yung ti? If we will go back, so yung t is equal to, ayan, diba yung n factorial over s n plus 1. Kaya lang, dito sa given natin, ayan, so yung s natin yan ay magiging okay, s minus negative 1. Ayan. So therefore, this will be equal to n factorial, so that is 2 factorial over s plus 1 raised to 2 plus 1. Ayan. Plus, yun sa sine. Yun. So that will be 2 over s minus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Ayan. So that's equal to 2 over s plus 1 cubed plus 2 over s minus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Ayan. So sometimes they expand this and then they simplify. Pero okay na yan. Okay, any question? Okay, let's solve letter D. So yung letter D naman is about derivative. So we'll have f of t is equal to y double prime plus 2y prime plus 2y is equal to cosine 2t. Naalala nyo ba yung ano natin? Naalala nyo ba yung non-homogeneous higher order? Yung merong trial particular solution, or you can solve this using variation of parameters. Pero, syempre, subject natin is Laplace transform. We will solve it using Laplace transform. Okay? Okay, una. Ano yung transformation ng y double prime? So, y double prime. So, if we will go back to the lecture, it's a derivative. Ayan. Diba? Ayan. So, yung y double prime, so that's equal to this. So, that's equal to s squared f of s minus s f of 0 minus f of prime 0. Ay, sandali. Hindi ko pala... Wait. I forgot to copy the given. That y of 0 is equal to 1. And then yung y prime 0 is equal to 0. Ayan. So that's the formula. Okay, so that's our formula for the second derivative. Yung pangalawa, ayan, ito. Okay, but this one is in terms of function, but ours is in terms of y. So we need to transform them. So that's equal to s squared times y of s minus s f of 0 minus f of 0 prime. So that's equal to s squared y of s minus s. So what is f of 0? Ay, sorry, y pala to. Okay, so y of 0 is equal to 1. Minus 0. Yeah. Okay, about y prime. Okay, y prime ay nandyan. So y prime is s, gagayanin ko na ha, minus y sub 0. So that's equal to s y of s minus, what's y of 0? So y of 0 is 1. And then, wala na. So let's substitute this to this given equation. So we'll have s squared the y of s minus s plus 2 times s y of s ay minus 1 plus 2 y of s. Okay, is equal to, now let's transform this one into function of s. Okay, so that will be, so if you'll go to the cosine, so that will be s over s squared plus 4. And then we'll simplify. So we'll distribute this one. So I'll have s squared y of s minus s plus 2s y of s minus 2 plus 2 y of s is equal to s over s squared plus 4. Okay, so let's factor out y of s times s squared plus 2s plus 2. And then we transpose yung remaining na walang ys. Squared plus 4 plus s plus 2. Okay, and just divide this by that one. I-add muna natin itong sa right side. So LCD is s squared plus 4. That will be s plus s cubed plus 4s plus s squared plus 8. So that's equal to s cubed plus s squared plus 5s plus 8 all over s squared plus 4. So let me copy this one. And then divide this by s squared plus 2s plus 2. Okay, class. So final answer is, dito ko na lang siya susulat, no? Y of s is equal to s cubed plus s squared plus 5s plus 8 all over s squared plus 4 times s squared plus 2s plus 2. Right. So that will be our final answer. Ay. Sandali. Di mo makita. Yan. Pwede na ba? Yung blue yung final answer. Okay. This will only be applicable if given yung mga conditions. These two. If they are given, we can use transformation of derivatives to find the f of s. So if they're not given, you can't use this one. Okay. Now let's solve the next one. So let's solve inverse Laplace naman. So we are given, ayan. So we are given a f of s is equal to 2s plus 1 over s times s minus 2 times s minus 1. Okay, so what we can do, syempre dito ay magpa-partial fraction muna tayo. Let's have the partial fraction decomposition. So let me rewrite the fraction. Okay, so that's equal to So, ang gagawin natin is kunin natin yung form. So, if you will check, verify, all of them are in linear. Case number 1. So, we'll have A over S plus B over S minus 2 plus C over S minus 1. Ayan. Okay, so what we can do is we add all of them again. So let's copy. Okay, so that will be S, S minus 2, S minus 1. So itong buo divided by this times A. So A times S minus 2, S minus 1 plus B, this divided by the denominator. That's S times S minus 1. Hindi na yata siya plus CS times S minus 2. Ayan. And then we cancel the denominator. Ayan. So yun yung matitira. Okay. Hindi na naman kasya. Ayan. Okay, ano na lang tayo, assumption. So if S is equal to 0, so the right side will be 1 is equal to 0 ito, 0 yon. So matitira ay A. So A is 2A. So therefore, A is 1/2. Okay, if S is equal to 2, para may makancel lang din. So substitute nyo yung 2 sa lahat. So this will be 2 times 2, 4 plus 1 is 5 is equal to 0. This will be 0. So this will be B times 2 minus 1. So what's the value of B? 5 over 2. And if S is equal to 1, so we'll have 3 is equal to 0. 0. So we'll have C times 1 times 1 minus 2. So C is negative 3. Tama ba? 1 minus 2, negative 1, negative C, negative 3. So therefore, our given function is equal to 1 half S plus 5 over 2 S minus 2 plus minus 3 over S minus 1. So if we will go back to the formula, wala naman special transformation yan. Ayan. So what is this one? So this is just what? It is. So f of s is equal to 1/2 plus, paano yung s minus a? So that will be this one. So that will be 5 over 2 e raised to, since negative yan, 2t. Okay, minus. Same lang, 1 lang naman yun. That's 3 e raised to t. So this will be our final answer. Okay. Hindi kakasya yung papalit na ako. Okay, so let's have our last example. Ayan. So letter B. So we are given that f of s is equal to s over s plus 1 squared S squared plus 4. Ayan. Masyadong makapal ito. Okay. So let's copy the given fraction. And then let's have the partial fraction decomposition form. Okay, so that's equal to, because this one is case 2, repeated but linear. So that is A over S plus 1 plus B over S plus 1 squared. Kung tatlo yan, you added C, and so on. Okay. And this one is case number 3, that is quadratic and distinct. Tama ba ako? Non-repeated na quadratic. So that's equal to CS plus D over S squared plus 4. Yeah. So that's the difference between linear and quadratic. Pag linear, A lang. Pag may quadratic ka, ganyan. Hanggang case 4 lang tayo. Case 1 and 2. Case 1 is linear distinct. Case 2 is linear repeated. Case 3 is non-repeated na quadratic. And case 4 is quadratic repeated. Ayan. So let's solve for A, B, C, and D. Pero, oh my God. Nag-overheat daw yung phone ko. Okay, let's finish this fast. Kasi nag-hotspot lang ako sa phone ko. Okay, so this is S over S plus 1 squared. S squared plus 4 is equal to, so let's add all of them again. S plus 1 squared, S squared plus 4. So this divided by this times that, so that's A, S plus 1, S squared plus 4. Para hindi ito kakasya, plus B times S squared plus 4. Ay, hindi nga. Plus quantity, CS plus D times S plus 1 squared. Okay. Ayaw ano. Oh. Nawawala. Ako. Okay. Sige, sige. Gagawin ko. Hindi na nakikita, no? Ay, nako. Let me see my Wi-Fi kung gumagana. Ayan. Nawalan kasi kami ng internet. Ay, nag-stop din ako, no? Ayun. Sorry, dami nating aberya today. Ayan. Okay, for this one, bibilisan ko na lang. So this is a combination of yung mag-a-assume ka ng value ng S at saka kung cancel ko muna pala to. In terms of coefficient. Okay, so anayin na natin na mag-a-assume ng value. Let's say if S is equal to negative 1. Okay, so that's equal to negative 1 is equal to 0. So this part is also 0. So we'll have B times equal to negative 1/5. Next, mahirap na mag-assume ng S is 0. Wala tayong mas-0. Okay, in terms na lang of coefficient. Okay, the coefficient of S cubed. Okay, so dito walang S cubed, that's 0. So dito magkaka-S cube ba? Ito, S times S, that's equal to A. And then plus, walang S cube. How about dito? May S cube ba? Kung i-expand natin to, magkaka-S squared tapos yung CS plus C. Yun lang. Kaya ba to? Constant. About constant. Kung constant naman, wala dito, 0, is equal to, magkaka-constant ba dito? Okay, 4A plus 4B. Okay, yung 1 times D. So, plus D. Wala pa din. When S is, S squared naman, coefficient ng S, mahirap naman ng S squared. Kasi ito ay S squared plus 2S plus 1. Kung S squared, so ito ay 0, is equal to, dito magkaka-S squared kung ito tas A. Okay, A. Plus B. Magkaka-S squared ba dito? Plus D. Plus 2C. Okay, let me try this. So I have A plus C. So, okay, so hindi ko siya kayang i-4 equations for ano. So 3 na lang. So this will be 4A plus D is equal to negative 4 times negative 1/5. Ito naman, A plus 2C plus D is equal to negative 1/5. Ikakalkyo ko na lang. So mode 5, 4. Tama ba ako? Mode 5, 2. 1, 1, 0, 0. This is 4, 0, 1, 4 divided by 5. This 1, 2, 1, 1 over 5. So, Pero mali yata yung ginawa. Puro sila zero. Hindi ko pwede. Coefficient of x, s cubed. A. 0. C. Tama naman. Pag constant, I'll have 0. 4A. Plus 4B. Plus constant. 1D. Plus D. Tama naman yun. Ito. Pag S squared, A. B. D. 2C. Mali ba ang pag-input? 1. Pwede na. Pwede naman. At tinry ko lang siyang i-calculate na 3 equations with 3 unknowns. Para mas mabilis. Baka mali akong pagkaka-input. 1100. But 0.8 ito? May mali ako. 1/5. Ayun, nakuha ko na. Mali ang pagkaka-input dun sa D. Sa dito. So, A is 3/25. C is -3/25. And D is 8/25. Ayan. Tinry ko na lang, Noel. Tinry ko na lang, hindi ako magsa-substitution. Equation ako. Ayan, yung 3 equations with 3 unknowns. Para lang mabilis ko siyang makuha yung tatlo. Tamad ako mag-substitution. Nagkamali ako pindot dito. Dito sa isa. Okay, so class, on Wednesday, wala ako. So, then we will continue on Friday. Pero may test kayo sa Wednesday. Okay? So, yung testing is talk about it later. Nawawala yung Ayun, pag-usapan na lang natin mamaya sa lab natin. Okay, see you later.